If you're a wealthy individual such as a banker, business person, maybe you've received your money in other ways, you would ordinarily get a Mercedes S-Class, but it's quite boring and a bit predictable. However, what about a BMW 7 Series? We're going to show you exactly how the other half live. But what exactly are we looking at? So this particular model, available on Cinch, is a 7 Series 750e xDrive. Now this means it's a plug-in hybrid, it's also got all-wheel drive, and it's an M Sport as well, which means you get nice body kit, and you see it around the front as well. Looking at the outside of the brand new 7 Series, you can see it's radically different from before. So now you've got these lovely split headlights, that big beaver teeth-like grille that actually blends in quite nicely with the black paint. And interestingly enough, BMW calls this a monolithic design, as if it's been carved from stone, but you can take that how you will. So under the bonnet is a 3-litre straight-six engine, which is quite impressive, and it's mated to a plug-in hybrid system that can do about 50 miles on electric-only range, and that's pretty good if you live in London, for example. I mean, just look at the size of it. Speaking of its size, it takes nearly 80 miles to walk the entire length of this car, which is quite convenient considering that's how many miles this car's done since new, because it's available on Cinch. What we love about this particular spec is it's completely murdered out. You've got black paint, black wheels, even tinted glass up there, but wait until you get inside. So hop in the back of the 7 Series and you'll be amazed. This is probably the most comfy and spacious interior I've ever sat in. Now I'm about 6'3", and the seat could go further forward, and I'm incredibly comfy as it is. It's what I'd imagine an Emirates first class seat to be like, but us normals obviously don't know what that means, but owners of these will know very well what that's like. So let's pick out some of the coolest features inside this particular car. Now I've got my notes here because I'm going to read out some prices. So the first is this, which is the Sky Lounge, which is basically a panoramic sunroof. As you can see, it's massive. It spans the whole top of the car. And that costs £890 from new, which is quite a lot, but it's ideal for looking at your private jet as you're waiting to go to Geneva or perhaps the Cayman Islands. And the second is a technology pack. Now this costs an eye-watering £5,775, but it does get you a 36-speaker Bowers & Wilkins sound system, driving assistant add-ons, and also a pro parking assistant, which is quite handy, but is it worth almost £6,000? Who knows? Another thing that intrigues me about this new 7 Series are these two little iPhone screens. So you've got one on this side and one on that side. But if you look here, press blinds, and then you just swipe that down. Look at this! Now if that's not luxury, I don't know what is. And now it's closed, you feel like you're in a cinema almost. It's amazing. So as I've already touched on, these seats are so nice, but there's another feature that this car doesn't have, but is available on the i7, the all-electric one. If you look here, this car is just completely open, but on the i7, it's got a thing along here, and when you press a certain button, it folds down a 31-inch theatre screen. It's got 8K resolution and you can watch films or do anything you want on it. It's pretty cool. And while it's luxurious in the back, let's hop in the front and see what it'd be like for the chauffeur. So as you can probably imagine, it's just as nice up front as it is in the back. You've got a nice chunky BMW steering wheel, which has always been their staple. You've got lots of screenage, 2 large screens here, and it's just a really pleasant place to be. And if you're a driver, you'd hope that this drives a bit like a normal BMW, albeit with a longer wheelbase. So is this luxury barge really worth its price? Well, probably, because this one is used, so you do save a little bit of money compared to buying a new one. And look at it, this is the most uber luxury you can get if you're not going to get an S-Class, Rolls-Royce or Bentley. However, if you are after your next family car, perhaps you'd be better off with a Volkswagen Golf. You can get those for under £26,000, which is how much the ultimate pack is on a BMW 7 Series.